Welcome parents to our Parent Information Session 2025, doing things a little bit differently this year. People have told us with their feet that we should look at a different format and hoping that this meets our community needs. What we'll also do is make sure we've got chapters so you can skip forward to the information that's relevant to you, your child and their stage of learning. Before we get into it, just want to acknowledge traditional custodians of the land, the Murrurundi people, acknowledge Aboriginal people, of elders past, present and emerging. At Ulladulla Public School, theme for 2025 is really belonging. We're a beautiful community. We want all of our kids to belong as soon as they walk in the school gate and feel it. We want to be their champions for kids. We want them to engage in all that we do and be involved in all that we do. And for that, we need your support. We need you to send them each and every single day where possible. We know illness can sometimes get in the way, but for us, that sense of belonging is really, really important. We want to be champions for our kids. We want to give them the advice and encouragement to achieve goals. And we also want to give them the opportunities to create that sense of belonging. So for us, there's so many opportunities across our school, whether it be in the classroom or whether it be outside with the extracurricular things that we offer, such as robotics, we've got news teams, we've got sporting events, we've got debating, we've got public speaking, performing arts, choir. I'm particularly looking forward to our Talent Expo this year. I missed it last year. So there's so many opportunities for our kids, as well as all the community events that we hold at Ulladulla Public School. So feel free to make sure that you engage in that sense of belonging too as a community member. The other thing I really want to touch upon is our academic programs at Ulladulla Public School, particularly around our literacy and numeracy and how we're achieving in comparison to other schools with similar statistics to us, and also compared to our local schools. We're really super proud of all the effort that we've put in, especially in our literacy and our numeracy, with the growth that we've been able to see and the achievement we're getting. Long ago we taught classes, that was decades ago, but now we teach kids, we teach students. And for that, we differentiate, and we differentiate every single day so our kids get their own unique program that's tailor-made to them each and every day. We're super proud of that. We're super proud of the progress that our kids are getting. We focus on growth. So when we focus on growth, each kid comes in at different levels, but as long as they're maintaining that growth of maybe 12 months to 18 months, which is what we're seeing regularly right across every kid across the school, that keeps us happy and it keeps us accountable. All of our teachers are highly committed. We're highly committed to making sure we get the best out of our kids. Our numeracy programs, totally different pedagogy to synthetic phonics, which is great. We get the variety of kids hands-on manipulating, not like we used to do maths where it's studied the algorithm and know that. We're truly embedding deep understandings into our kids, which is going to serve them when it comes testing time, which is going to serve them when it comes connecting in deep understanding of maths concepts. So for us, really looking forward to creating that sense of belonging, maintaining that growth, maintaining our focus on literacy, numeracy, and really my last message to you guys is that there's no problem big or small we can't solve together. If there's something that's bothering you and you need to let somebody know, classroom teacher first point of call. We've got our assistant principals, deputy principals, myself, we're all here to support you, but we can't do anything unless we know. Communication's the key on all parties. We'll try and communicate as much as we can to you about school events and would appreciate the same in return. Looking forward to a happy 2025. Hope to see you around the school.
How you going, everybody? My name's Big Chappell. I'm the Deputy Principal for Primary, Years 3 to 6 at Ulladulla Public School. At Ulladulla Public, we're committed to creating a positive, productive learning environment for every student. To achieve this, we have a consistent approach to classroom behaviour built on 4 key values: being a learner, being safe, and being responsible, and also being respectful. First and foremost, being a learner means that students are encouraged to stay focused, try their best, and embrace challenges. Be safe is essential for our school community. This means students understand the importance of making safe choices, both physically and emotionally. Whether it's using equipment correctly, moving sensibly around the school, or treating others with kindness, we prioritise the well-being of every child. Next, being responsible helps students develop independence and accountability. This includes looking after their own belongings, following school expectations, and taking ownership of their actions. Finally, being respectful is at the heart of everything we do. Encouraging students to use kind words, listen to others, and treat both their peers and teachers with courtesy Respect extends the way we care for our school environment and the way we celebrate each other's achievements. These 4 values guide our approach to behaviour across the school, ensuring consistency and fairness for all students. When expectations are clear and reinforced in a supportive way, children feel safe, valued and ready to learn. We greatly appreciate your partnership in reinforcing these values at home, as well as working together, helping build a strong, respectful school community. Thank you for your support.
Hi, my name is Justin Stanton and I'm one of 2 deputy principals at Ulladulla Public School. Today I'm going to be talking about connecting at UPS, and we do that connecting through a whole range of apps and a platform. Now, most importantly, all of these apps are free, so no cost at all and easily downloadable on all platforms. The first one is called School Bites for Parents. Now, this replaces the old Ulladulla Public School app, and why we've done that is because we found School Bites to be so much more easier to use. Now, when you go to your app store and download this, you just have to set up your parent account, link your children within that, and what that will do is let you do a range of things within the school. So things like giving consent for a whole range of activities and excursions. You can pay online. It lets you do explanation notes for if your kids are away from school as well. And like I said before, a great app and so easy to use. So that's why we've gone down to School Bites. The next one is Class Dojo. Now, Class Dojo, basically you need to download the app. It's very important though, when you download that app, that you use the option for the free version. They kind of prompt you to say that there's some options where you can get an expansive version, but it will cost money. You don't need it. Go the free version, and that's all you need. What Class Dojo does, it gives you some insights into what's happening to your kid's classroom. You'll get to see photos, videos of what's happening. You'll see focuses in literacy and numeracy, what things you can do to help out at home. So it's really amazing to have that insight on your phone or laptop or computer. So Class Dojo, like I said, is another really good one that we utilize quite often. The next one is a platform, and it's more about promoting, and that is our Facebook account. So if you are on Facebook, all you have to do is look for the Ulladulla Public School group, join that group or follow that group. And why we use that group is we do it for school promotion. Quite often community members don't get to see what's happening because that's done in Class Dojo, but school Facebook gives us that sort of exposure to the wider school community. And it's nice to share those amazing things with our wider school community as well. The last one from me is the Spriggy app. Now, that's an online ordering form for our school canteen. It's a pretty simple one. Once again, download the free app, put your details in, connect to Ulladulla Public School, and you'll be right to go. You can order for your child online, pay for it online, and they'll receive their lunch or recess order without any hassle. If you don't like using that, there's always the option of using the old school brown paper bag, where you just write your child's order on there with their details, and they'll get that at recess and lunchtime as well. So thank you very much for today. If you do have any questions, by all means, please contact us. Thank you.
Hi everyone, parent-teacher interviews have been brought forward to week 7, term 1. During this time, you'll be able to meet with your child's teacher to discuss your child's progress, goals and learning behaviours, as well as any other questions you have. You'll receive information closer to the date via Class Dojo, so book an appointment with your class teacher. We look forward to seeing you.
Hi, my name is Karen and welcome to the Wellbeing Room, an amazing space where we're able to support students with their wellbeing. Our team, consisting of myself, Louise, Romney and Ethel, provide a variety of programs and supports for our students to be able to achieve their very best. This ranges from breakfast clubs to all things attendance. School Bites is now being used and provides a much simpler way for parents to be able to notify the school about their child's absence. Attendance matters and every minute counts. We aim for 90% of the students to attend 90% of the time, a target that we've been very close to achieving. We provide how-to guides if needed to help enter any absences and ask that you provide as much detail as possible to help with accurate recording. We're here to support and ensure that everyone belongs.
G'day, my name's Dave Horvat. I am the Stage 3 Assistant Principal. We have a wonderful team and a great bunch of kids this year. We're looking forward to growth and academic achievement and lots of smiles and good times. For us to be a partnership, we need to make sure that parents and carers are all over School Bites, which is our school information portal, and also Class Dojo, which allows you to connect with the class and teachers. If you have any issues or problems or questions, please ask us through Dojo or come in for a chat. In a couple of weeks' time, we do have our parent-teacher interviews, and we look forward to meeting you and learning more about your child. Thank you.
Hi everyone, let me introduce the Stage 2 team. I'm Mr. Johnson, also known as Mr. J. Some of you would probably remember me from when you were here as students. It's a great thing getting to teach your children. We've got a great team of teachers on Stage 2. One of the things that happens as kids move up in the grades is they will actually get taught by the whole of our team. So I'll introduce them one class at a time, but your child during this year will be taught by all of us. On 4J, we have myself and Mrs. Edwards. On 4K, we have Mrs. Rudd and Mrs. Hook. On 4R, Mrs. Riddick and Mrs. Johnson. On 3-4D, we have Mr. Day and Mrs. Hook. On 3M, Mrs. Malasis and Mrs. Johnson. On 3C, Mr. Cox and Mrs. Edwards. And on 3BL, Mrs. Bliss and Mrs. Larson. Stage 2 general information. First up, our awards. We present those at Friday morning assemblies, and they're held generally in Area C or up in the Canteen Cola. At these awards, school level and principal level awards are presented along with any sporting ribbons and things like that. Gold awards are presented at the primary assembly. NAPLAN is coming up for our Year 3 kids. That's early next month. We do 4 tests, writing, numeracy, reading and language, which is spelling and grammar. We are already practicing for that, and we're developing the kids' skills in completing tasks that are done to a time limit. Please try and keep that nice and relaxed, and basically we'll support your child in getting ready for this. It's an exam they're going to do again in Year 3, 5, 7 and 9, so really good first practice, and hopefully we'll set them up for success in the future as well. For reading, we move away from regular home readers, and we encourage your child to borrow each week from our very well-resourced school library. Students are encouraged to record their reading using the Premier's Reading Challenge, and that'll come up later on. Mrs. Jepson in the library will support your child in doing that. Other events we get involved in is the Premier's Spelling Bee, and that's later on in the year. And a big ticket item for Year 4, a lot of kids, their learning goal is to achieve their pen licence. We actually move from writing in pencil to writing in pen, but we do make the kids really earn that and push neat presentation. Major events throughout the year. We've already done our swimming carnival, which was a really big success. Great to see the kids dressing up in their house colours. Our next major event is the cross-country carnival, which is coming up towards the end of this term. We've also got an AFL Gala Day, which will be up at Lighthouse Oval. In term 2, we move on to athletics, and that culminates in our athletics carnival. And we also work towards a Stage 2 disco dance, and that will be in our school hall. In term 3, we kick into getting prepared for the Talent Expo. That's where children can choose to challenge themselves by getting up on stage and showcasing some of their skills. We also have music groups. Children will be involved in singing, music appreciation, and they also learn how to drum in a big group ensemble. Speaking of drumming, children are also able to just come up at lunchtime on Friday and join in. We have choir on a Wednesday, and on Thursday we have open mic where kids can come up and sing, play as a member of a band, that kind of thing. We also have our Book Week parade celebrating the great characters that exist in our texts. In term 4, Year 3 do a Learn to Swim program, super important in our local community, and we have our Stage 2 picnic up at Milton Pool. Lots of other little mini events, but they're our main ticket items, and we hope to see you up at many of those.
Hi everybody, my name is Hannah Petroni and I am the Stage 1 Assistant Principal for 2025. I would like to kickstart this talking head by introducing my absolutely incredible team this year. In Year 1, let's start with my class. 1P is taught by myself and my mother, Liz Arnold. Kimberly Davies teaches 1D and Shani Heffernan teaches 1H. We also have Caroline Metzler and Shannon Ferguson teaching a composite 1-2 class. And for Year 2, we have Kat Stashkova on 2S, Liam Talbot on 2T, and Riley Blair on 2B. Now, Year 1 and Year 2 have got an absolutely wonderful year ahead of us. We have got lots of fun planned and lots of events planned. You'll be able to see a full list of these on the slideshow. In Term 1, however, we will have the Milton Show in Week 6. We'll have the AFL Gala Day coming up very quickly. And in Week 11, we will have our regular Easter Hat Parade. Another big thing to note for Term 1 is our parent-teacher interviews, which will occur in Week 7. Your classroom teacher will have a sign-up sheet available via Dojo on Monday in Week 6. Now, interviews are an absolutely wonderful opportunity for you to connect with your classroom teacher and discuss your child's learning behaviours and learning dispositions in the classroom. We encourage parents to come with their insights and their understanding of their children, because the best learning happens when teachers and parents and students are working together as a group. We are happy to provide feedback on how your child is progressing, but a curriculum overview will actually be released at the beginning of each term to outline what we're learning in terms of the curriculum. So the Term 1 overview is already available on School Bites and outlines what we're learning in each of our key learning areas. One of these will be uploaded every term so you can really track what your child is learning this year. With regard to speaking and listening, we have made a few changes to the way that speaking and listening was taught at Ulladulla Public School. Previously, we used News Task, where children went home and they wrote down something that happened throughout the week, and then they came to school and presented it in news, or a special news or something. We didn't find this to be the most effective way for students to learn language skills, so we've actually changed the program around quite significantly, and now we facilitate these absolutely incredible and valuable group and partner tasks where students are really building those conversation techniques, where they're really being able to talk to each other and have disagreements and have differing opinions, and it's been absolutely wonderful. We will ask for students to complete some presentations so that they get that experience in speaking in front of crowds. This will happen typically in weeks 5 and 9, and we'll provide a question or a starter, such as, if I had a superpower, it would be. And students can use any medium to present this. Last year we had Canva presentations, we had wonderful posters, we had artworks, we had videos. It was a really wonderful opportunity for children to get their creativity out and show what they were capable of. If you have any questions regarding any of this or your child's learning, please contact your classroom teacher. They're available via Dojo and via email. For urgent matters, please call the office, especially if there are changes to how your child is being collected. It's the fastest way to ensure that a message gets through to a teacher. As I said, we are so excited to be working with you this year, and we look forward to seeing you at the Milton Show, and absolutely looking forward to seeing you at the interviews in week 7. Thank you. We hope you have an absolutely wonderful year. Ta. Wanted to take a minute to talk to you about home reading at Ulladulla Public School. We have got a letter that has been sent to the School Bites, which outlines our home reading methodology and why we use this method at Ulladulla Public School. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the home reading register that you get home in your home reader every week. You will have noticed that your child only receives one book per week. And this is because we have an incredibly a large focus on children being able to comprehend the text that they are reading. So text reading is not just about being able to take the words off the page, it's also about being able to make meaning from them. So we have a triple read comprehension method, which is on the back of each of these sheets. And it gives you a bit of a cheat sheet to be able to ask your child questions for each read that they do. We ask that students read their home reading book 3 times with you at home. The first reading, you'll be asking them factual questions such as, if the text said, Tom was a small boy with black hair, your questions might be, what colour was Tom's hair? The answer is black. It's really important, and the children know that they need to find the answer in the text and not just be able to tell you from memory. Our second read, so the following day, you'll be asking your child inferential questions. These are the kind of questions where they have to put some clues together to be able to understand the text. So, if the text was, the temperature was below 0 and snow lay thickly on the ground, you would ask something like, what season do you think it is? The answer isn't exactly in the text. You wouldn't be able to point to it, but using the clues in the text, like it was below 0 and snow lay on the ground, students should be able to infer that it's probably winter, and they might even be able to infer what part of the world they're in. The third read, so on the third day, you would ask your child to read the story. They should be able to read it with a little bit more fluency because it will be the third time that they've read it. And you're going to ask them to retell the story. This is showing that they have understood what's happened in the story and they're able to summarize the key points. This is going to be so important when we get to writing texts as well. So they'll be able to bring in all of the information they've got from their home readers, from the books that we read at school, and they'll be able to really input that into their understanding of reading as well. I know it seems a little bit strange to read the same book 3 times, but I promise we do have a methodology for it, and we really, really appreciate your support with this. Thanks so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Cara Basili and I am the Assistant Principal of Special Education at Ulladulla Public School. Our special education classes are known as Yuraga, and Yuraga means sun in Yuraga language. I'd like to start by introducing you to our Yuraga team. So from left to right, top to bottom, we have our K6A team, Mrs. Bowman and Mrs. Cheney. We have our K6B team, Mrs. Jarrett, Miss Maz and Mrs. Basili. In K6E, we have Mr. Edwards and Mr. Wall. In K6G, Mr. Maxwell and Mrs. Stevenson. And in 26M, we have Mrs. Foster, Mrs. Fletcher and Miss Ma. In Yuraga, our vision is to provide a safe, inclusive and nurturing learning environment for all students to thrive. We do this through the development of individualised learning plans that focus on the holistic development of your child. So we work closely with parents and carers, external service therapists, OTs, speechies who might be working with your child to develop goals around literacy and numeracy, as well as their social development and their emotional regulation and behaviour. Collaboration opportunities present themselves throughout the year. We commenced the year with our Bridging Villages meetings, which was a great opportunity for our teaching staff to get to know our families and vice versa. It allowed us to get to know your child, implement some strategies that were suited to them to ensure that they had a smooth start to 2025. Later this term, we will be hosting our formal parent-teacher interviews. And then again later in the year, early term 3, we will have our review meetings. So our review meetings is a place where we talk with all stakeholders, parents, carers and external service providers about the child's position in a support class and whether that is working for them, or if we need to explore other options. It also gives us an opportunity to talk about some really important things for those who are in year 5 and 6, that transition to high school. So we begin to look at planning that program for those who are transitioning into the high school in coming years. Integration programs are a key focus for us in Yuraga. So we offer iClass, where students are assigned to a class within the mainstream section of the school, and they participate in activities that they have an interest in or simply for socialisation purposes. We do encourage our students to participate in sport and fitness sessions weekly with their grades. That's a great opportunity for them to get out there, have a game and have some fun with their peers. And it's also an opportunity to develop some long-lasting friendships. We do offer a high school transition program, which commences usually toward the end of term 3. And that gets our kids up to the high school and familiar with the environment and the classes that are on offer up there as they approach high school. Excursions and events that occur across the school involve all students K to 6. So keep an eye on your inbox. Information about excursions that apply to your child will be sent out via School Bites, and you will receive an email with the information that you need. If you do have any questions about how to give permission or make a payment, please reach out to your classroom teacher. They'll be more than happy to help. We do provide support on those excursions where necessary, and that can vary depending upon individual needs. It might look like a supporting staff member attending the excursion, and sometimes we might ask that parents and carers attend to support their child to get the most out of the experience. So that's essentially Yuraga in a nutshell. We're super excited for 2025, and we look forward to seeing you very soon. Thanks.
Hi, my name's Erin Lethbridge. I'm the Assistant Principal for Early Stage 1, which is our kindergarten group. I am very excited to welcome families to our UPS community. We've got families who have been with us for quite a few years with siblings in older grades, but we've also got a bunch of brand new families coming through this year, which is really exciting. So we extend a very warm welcome to all of you. I would like to introduce you to our kindergarten team this year. So from left to right, top to bottom, we have Mr. Edwards on KE. We've got Miss Cooper and Miss Bowles on KC. Mrs. Finlay and Mrs. Mitchell on KF. Miss Seagrave on KS. And myself, Mrs. Lethbridge, and Mrs. Clark on KL this year. We have a wide range of very experienced teachers on kindergarten. And we cannot wait to welcome you and get to know you a little bit better throughout the year. We have some really exciting events that we're going to be sharing with our early stage 1 kindergarten students this year, which I'm going to talk you through now. In term 1, Milton Show has already passed when you see this presentation. Hopefully you enjoyed the experience with your students. The teachers and the students worked extremely hard on their posters that were up for display. It was a very exciting event for everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed that as well. Later in this term we have our AFL Gala Day, which does include our kindergarten students as well. It's a really fun day where students can participate with AFL players that come into our school, and they teach us lots of skills around AFL, and they get to have a lot of games and little activities to build upon those skills. At the end of this term, we have our Easter Hat Parade. This is a wonderful event where parents and community members can come into our school and engage in this activity with our students and our staff. The kindergarten students do make their hats at school, so it's not something that you have to worry about doing at home. We do that as part of our class rotations. They create their hats, and they will be so excited to share those hats with you at this special event. Dates for this will definitely be coming out to you, so keep an eye on Dojo so you know when that's coming up, and School Bites as well. Term 2 is a really fun term for our kindergartens. We kick off the term with 100 days of school celebration. This is where our students will get to dress up as 100-year-old people. We keep that a little bit of a secret from them. We do tell them there's a celebration. We don't tell them right until very close to the event what that actually entails. It's a very fun day, and the teachers spend lots of time planning fun, engaging activities that we rotate through on that day, just to celebrate that the students have been at school for 100 days, which is a big, big, exciting feat for our little ones. So we do celebrate that with them. We also run a really exciting program called Learning Through Play. We're running this in term 2 this year. This program is basically just where we separate our students out of their normal classes. We split them into mixed groups from each class, so a couple of students from each class will join to make a group. These groups then rotate between our kindergarten teachers and their classrooms. They engage in some really fun hands-on activities during this time with their peers and their teachers. We find this program is really great at building students' social capacity with other peers in their cohort, and also gives them a really good opportunity to get to know other kindergarten teachers and spend some time in their classrooms. So that's coming up in term 2 this year. Term 3, we have another busy term for kindergarten. We have Science Week in term 2. In kindergarten, that is some activities or science experiments that each class will participate in that is just building the scientific knowledge of our students. They get to work with their teachers to predict what they think might happen, and they get to complete those hands-on science experiments, which is really, really fun for both the teachers and the students. We will also have a book week in term 3 as well. And part of book week, we also welcome in our parents and community to participate in our book character parade, where our students will parade around dressed as their favourite character from their favourite book. So keep your eyes on School Bites and on Class Dojo for more information in term 3 in regards to the dates. It's a really fun activity for our students, and it's really fun for our parents and communities to come in as well. We have our excursion for our kindergarten students in term 3, which is our Shoalhaven Zoo excursion. This is a really fun day for our kindergarten students. It's generally their first excursion for most of our little ones. So we do go up to Shoalhaven Zoo and have a wonderful day there with learning all about the animals and their habitats, which is wonderful. So keep your eyes for dates on those as they come out. Term 4 is a little bit of a quieter term for our early stage 1 students. We do start winding down, getting ready for our Christmas break, but we do have our end of year party. This is our K-2 party that we run at school, and it's a really fun, exciting celebration of the year for our students and our teachers. They will participate in various activities at school where they can just celebrate with their teachers, which is really fun. Obviously, there may be some other events or activities that pop up throughout the year that I haven't mentioned here. So keep yourself reading the newsletter, keeping up to date with Class Dojo, and also with the School Bites, just to make sure you're not missing any information. We look forward to getting to know you a little bit better throughout the year. If you have any concerns or questions, please do not hesitate to come and see myself or your classroom teacher. We are always here to help.